Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks for dropping by the Horror Zone, or the Horror Vault, my movie room. Some of my new videos I'm going to start shooting in here every so often. Today's video is going to be talking about an underrated horror film. I haven't done an underrated horror film segment. This is going to be part 18 of the series. Started this way back in 2013, and the last one I did was last April, I believe, late April, early May, where I talked about Death by Temptation. Today I'm going to be talking about another film that I grew up really loving. It starred an actor that I was a huge fan of, and was my first introduction to the actress Sandra Bullock, who I developed a major crush on as I got older. The name of the film is The Vanishing, and this is a remake of a Dutch film that came out in 1988. It was actually directed by the same man that directed the remake. And this is a film that really had an impact on me. I actually saw this one before I saw the original Dutch version, and I'm happy to talk about this film today, so I hope everyone enjoys this newest segment. Please stay tuned. After his girlfriend Diane mysteriously disappears, boyfriend Jeff embarks on a years-long quest to find her. All the while, the abductor stalks Jeff, ultimately taking him through the exact same steps that led to the crime. Movie stars Kiefer Sutherland as Jeff, Jeff Bridges as Barney, Nancy Travis as Rita, and Sandra Bullock as Diane. The movie was adapted from the novel The Golden Egg by Tim Krabbe, and the screenplay was done by Todd Graff. This is a remake of the Dutch version from 1988, and it was directed by the same man, George Sluizer. And a little trivia on the film is that when he found out when George Sluizer found out that he was going to be able to direct the American remake, he knew he needed to change the ending, because the original ending on the Dutch film was very bleak and very depressing, and knew that audiences in the States couldn't handle such a bleak ending. So The Vanishing is a film, like I said, I was a fan of Kiefer Sutherland at this point from movies like The Lost Boys, Stand By Me, Young Guns, and 1 and 2. Just really loved the guy and still do to this day. And it was really interesting seeing him play a very vulnerable role. The character of Jeff is one that I really identified with, even at 19 years old. I'm someone that needs that closure, so if something happened to a loved one of mine, I would need to know what happened. And that's why I really identified with Jeff, even at a very young age. And it's a really gripping film. I really love the character that Nancy Travis plays as well. I've always been a big fan of hers, had a huge crush on her as well. I think she does a great job of trying to bring Jeff back to reality after these years-long quests of trying to find out what happened to his girlfriend Diane. You really understand where she's coming from. She's trying to have a relationship with him, but all the while he's still just obsessed with finding out what happened to his girlfriend. Jeff Bridges is a very creepy character in this, and the thing I love about the character of Barney is how complex he is. He's not just a normal killer. He's not just a normal, psychopath. He's somebody that's very intelligent. He's someone that's very loved by his family. It's almost like he's doing this just to test things, to sort of experiment with things and see what would happen and see how far he could push himself. And it's really eerie, and I think that's what I like so much about the characters in this, is that they're all flawed in some way. But they're all very human as well. I just really love the way that it plays out. Of course, I did mention I have seen the Dutch version. The ending on that film is very different. In this version, there's a point in this film where it goes past where the Dutch version left off. And in the Dutch version, it's very bleak. This one offers a little bit of a hope at the end. It is a happier ending. But it didn't bother me. I know with a lot of film critics, they didn't really like this they didn't really like this version of the film. They preferred the Dutch version. Like I said, I've seen both, but I've only seen the Dutch one once. I've seen this one probably, I'd say, between 10 and 12 times since it was released. And it didn't bother me. Again, my whole thing is that I knew these actors. Probably when I watched the Dutch version, I wasn't really into foreign films, but I still enjoyed it, and I could see where, the comparisons were, because it pretty much plays out exact, except for, the ending of this film goes on a bit longer. But I absolutely love this film. I definitely recommend it to people that are fans of Kiefer Sutherland, Jeff Bridges, and of course, I didn't mention as much, Sandra Bullock, who has a very small part in this, but she does a really great job, and her chemistry with Kiefer Sutherland is really amazing. And it's cool because, I think it's like 3 years later when she had become this big star thanks to Speed and The Net and While You Were Sleeping, they would re-team for A Time to Kill. And even though Kiefer Sutherland played a completely despicable part in that, it was kind of cool to see them, you know, reappear on screen together. So yeah, I absolutely love The Vanishing. I think it's completely underrated. Nobody talks about this film. They don't even talk about the Dutch version of this film. And it's really creepy, and it's one that I really identify with because I put myself in the Jeff character's position, and what would I do if something like this had happened to my loved one, to my girlfriend or wife. And it just really bothers me. Even when I watch it now, it's just like I know deep down in my heart I would go through the same steps he did to find out what happens. And it's scary to think that, but yeah, this movie really gets me. It's one of my favorite underrated movies, and I just wanted to talk about it today. So if you guys have seen The Vanishing, either version, the Dutch version or the American version, leave me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you guys fans of this film? Yeah, it's one that really still gets me, even nearly 30 years after its release. Also wanted to give a shout out to my good friend Queenie Todd. Hey Queenie, hope you're doing well. She's an awesome person, and I love her theatricality with her videos. She's a great person, she's a great YouTuber, and I want to see her channel continue to grow and people to support her. Link down below to Queenie Todd's videos and channel. Thanks so much again, everyone, for supporting me here on the channel. I got some really cool stuff coming up. I really just am getting back into doing the Horror Zone content. I'm going to be shooting some more films here in the movie room, talking about some new releases, got some more underrated horror movies I want to do, even ones that I didn't mention in my video at the top of the year. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope everyone else is too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Thank everyone for taking this time to drop by the Horror Zone. It really means a lot to me that people are supporting what I do here. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button down below. I upload videos at least once or twice a week. It would really mean a lot if people would spread the word about this channel. This is a passion of mine. I love the horror genre, and I'm really happy to share my love of it with all of you. So thanks so much again for checking it out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.